Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron and today we're going to talk about Elden Ring. Now it's been well documented that Elden Ring is a very difficult game, but it's also been shown to be one of the most expansive and best open world games ever created. So I've come up with a video series I call the Power Hour that's going to show you how in just 1 hour you can make your character much stronger, getting gear, levels, and skills needed to make the game much more fun and enjoyable. This video is going to focus on the Astrologer class for your typical wizard or sorcery focused build. So, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you click subscribe, click the like button, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you put them in the comment sections below. Thanks for tuning in and good luck.
Okay, let's get it on!
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start a new character here. We're going to go in and click on our Astrologer. We're going to go ahead and give him a name. And make sure we pick our keepsake of the golden seed, since getting that extra flask right at the beginning is going to be really important. And once we've selected our character, we're going to go ahead and load into the game. So the game begins, and we're going to follow this path, and it's going to lead us into a boss that's going to ambush us. Even expert gamers familiar with FromSoft titles really struggle with this boss. You're not really expected to kill the boss, so when he takes you out, don't be surprised. He's basically supposed to. So this is going to queue up another cutscene, and it's going to lead us into a cave where we begin. If you're brand new to this game, to FromSoft titles, I highly recommend you jump down to the right, this little cliff, and that's actually where the beginning tutorial starts, and that'll show you how the mechanics work, what buttons do what, how to target, and so on. If this isn't your first character, you've already done your homework on the game mechanics, then just go ahead, go move up, and move on out. So as you move up and out, you're going to stop and grab the first stranded graveyard waypoint on your way. We'll definitely be coming back to this later when we have the stone sword keys that are required to open this particular dungeon, but we're not going to go into there right now. So we're going to go ahead and go up, and you're going to be taken outside by a lift. And once you exit that particular area, you're going to have a great view of the world that they've created for you here at the beginning of the game. And we're just going to continue forward until we grab the waypoint, and then we can go ahead and speak to the NPC, Var, or Vari, I'm not sure how you say it, quickly, and he's going to give you a little quest line that you're going to start later, so go ahead and make sure you exhaust all of his dialogue options until he starts repeating himself. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and continue north, avoiding the giant knight on horseback, since it's going to be a long time before we have the build to knock him off that high horse of his. So we're going to go ahead and avoid the knight and make it to the church. I'm going to go ahead and grab the waypoint. We're going to grab the smithing stone off the anvil, and we can say hi to the merchant Caelid quickly if you want to. Then we're going to go ahead and continue moving north, and we're going to head towards the gatefront waypoint. At the gatefront waypoint, we're going to go ahead and rest so we can queue up the cutscene where we get to speak to our lovely maiden. She's going to go ahead and grant us our faithful steed Torrent and give us the ability to level up by spending runes. After we speak with our maiden, we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the Church of Ella waypoint where we just spoke with Caelid. When we get back to the Church of Ella, it should be nighttime, so we're going to observe that there is a witch that wants to speak to us. She's sitting on a little ledge of the church right there, and she's going to give us a gift because we are so awesome. We'll speak to her and collect our summoning bell as well as our wolf spirit ashes. Then she's going to do a nice little disappearing act, so we'll do ours, and we're going to teleport right back to the gate front. Once we get back at the gate front, we're going to head east quickly, and we're going to grab the map for this section by this tall post. That's going to be for Limgrave, and then we're going to duck down this tunnel real quick here. When we get to the bottom, we're going to open the chest inside to get the whetstone knife. This knife is vital since it's going to allow us to change ashes of war on weapons, which we're definitely going to need in the future. After we've collected the whetstone knife, we're going to exit the tunnel, mount up, and head east again to another waypoint just on the other side of the army camp. After we've collected that waypoint, we're going to continue southeast to pick up the somber smithing stone from the dead guy on the chair. say thank you to the nice deceased man. And then we're going to head east and we're going to pick up the gold pickled Foulfoot, because who doesn't love more runes? After collecting the Foulfoot, we're going to head south again to grab another waypoint in the southern portion of Limgrave quickly, before we head on south some more. Now we're going to go ahead and cross the bridge. We're going to stop to collect the items on the bridge, of course, which includes a stone sword key. And then we're going to continue off the bridge, grabbing the waypoint on the south end. We're going to leave the Weeping Peninsula now and teleport all the way back to the Gatefront waypoint and start our journey north. We're going to mount Torrent, and we're going to dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge our way through the gauntlet here until we reach the baby glowing tree with a golden seed to the north. We're going to collect the golden seed and continue north to reach the Stormhill Shack waypoint. At the Stormhill Shack, we're going to grab the waypoint and speak with Roderica. Roderica is going to tell us about how she is such a coward and is scared of everything. But we got to keep talking to her, and as we continue to talk with her, she's going to ask you to take care of her jellyfish summons, which you're going to happily accept. Once you finish Roderica's monologue about being scared, we're going to continue off again to the north. So we're following this path to the north, which is going to lead us around the east side of Stormhill Castle here. There's a quick scarab to kill along this path if you want for an Ash of War, but for the most part, you're just going to continue north a little bit to the east. You're going to dodge a bunch of wolves, grab some flowers and plants if you want to, and eventually you're going to come out to a ridge overlooking the Liurny of the Lakes, and you're going to grab another waypoint. Quickly go ahead and run down to the church not far from there and grab a sacred tear. Once we've collected our sacred tear, we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the Stormhill Shack. From the shack, we're going to head southeast. We're going to stop by this nice little graveyard here and pick up a bunch of golden runes. After we collect our runes, we're going to ride Torrent north and east to the War Master's Shack, where we're going to grab another waypoint. Now we're going to leave the War Master's Shack. We're going to follow the path to the east. And right after the Army War Camp, we're going to head north. And we're going to go ahead and find a little catacombs that we're going to duck into. Now that we're in the death-touched catacombs, we're going to go ahead and run deeper into it, following the path I have here on the screen. Grab some glove orta as you pass it if you want, but the main thing we want out of here is the Uchigatana, because we're going to need a bleed weapon here down the road. So, grab some glovewort, grab the Uchigatana, and then get back out of there. After we leave the death-touched catacombs, we're going to go ahead and continue east, across the bridge, grabbing the smithing stones if you want to. And we're going to go to the Summon Water Village waypoint, which is just west. And we're going to make sure we grab this because we're going to come back to it several times later in the hour. So make sure you grab that, and then we're going to keep going east. We want to ride east all the way through the village. Ignore the little mini-boss for now. And we're going to head over the fiery wall into Caelid and grab the waypoint. Make sure you stay to the south of that church because there is an invasion and it is very difficult at this level. So stay away from the church, get over the fiery wall, get into Caelid. Alright, now we are in Caelid, which is a zone way above our current level. It's really important to remember that everything in Caelid wants to kill you and is very good at it. So we're going to mount up and we're going to head east to grab a couple more waypoints on our way, making sure we avoid enemies. We're going to make sure we stop and grab the map piece in Greyoll's Dragon Barrow near the dragons in the pond. And then we're going to go ahead and continue east, dodging giant dogs, small dragons, big dragons, pretty much everything, until you find the giant sleepy dragon, Greyoll, who is just laying there on the ground. So we're going to run around behind him to find the waypoint at Fort Faroth. And we're going to come back for a good old Greyoll in a moment. But for right now, let's head north and east quickly to get another waypoint, some runes, and a memory stone. We're running north. We're going to run down around the Erd tree, avoiding the giant guardian. Then we're going to go ahead and continue north. We're going to find another graveyard. No enemies here. Some really nice golden runes. Make sure you grab those. After we pick up the runes, we're going to continue down next to the tower and the waypoint. This is the waypoint for doing the boulder dodging trick, little rune earning trick, which I can show you really quick. You're going to go ahead and just run down this path, dodge the boulder, watch the boulder go over the ledge. You should wait for a second and see 1900, 2000 runes, something like that pop up. If you go back to that waypoint, rest, then come back out, you can go back and do that same boulder trick again. You can do it as many times as you want, just resetting it every time. It's going to give you that 1900 or 2000 runes every single time. So it's a real quick and easy way to gain runes and levels in case you want to grind a little bit, or in case you want to top off on runes to level quickly before entering a very difficult dungeon or boss encounter so you don't lose runes. If you just need to grab some real quick to buy a stone sword key or some arrows from a merchant, this is a pretty quick, efficient, easy way to grab a couple of runes every time. Stone, we're going to take the jumpy, windy thing. I'm going to jump it up onto the roof of the tower here, as you can see me do on the screen. At this point, I recommend dismounting from Torrent. That way you don't fall nearly as far. But you're going to slide down the roof onto the balcony you see here. Then it's as simple as running up to the top of the tower, opening the chest, and you get a memory stone for your efforts. So let's go ahead and teleport down. And now we're going to use whatever runes we've collected. And we're going to go ahead and gain some levels so that we can use the Uchigatana, because we're about to go back to Greyoll and we're going to need that bleed weapon. We teleport to Fort Feyroth. We go ahead and make sure we equip our golden foul foot to gain extra runes. And then with our Uchigatana, we're going to head for Greyoll. So what we're going to do, we're going to run up to Greyoll's tail, where no other little dragons are going to come and attack us, and we're just going to whack him until he dies. Again, it's important to have the Morningstar, or really any other weapon that does bleed, build up, because it's going to take chunks of damage at like 13,000 a piece once that bleed build up procs. Without that bleed build up proc, you're just going to wail away on this dude for forever. So you're going to wail away on him, get those bleed procs, do tons of damage. When you get him fairly low in health, go ahead and use your golden foul foot, because you're going to get 80,000 or so runes for him normally. So with the golden foul foot, you're going to get close to 100,000 runes, which is really going to give you the chance to level up quite a bit for this early in the game and all the effort you've put in so far. So now with Greyoll dead, we can run back to the waypoint that's real close and handy. We can go ahead and level up. Should be able to get to about level 36 right now. I went ahead and threw some points in Vigor, Mind, Endurance, and a lot in Intelligence. And since those are going to be the stats that really help out this type of character, then since we're already at the waypoint, let's go ahead and add on to our flasks and get ready to go into Caelid for the next step of our journey. So we're going to teleport to the Caelid ruins, and then we're going to head south, a little bit east. Following the path, we're going to grab a waypoint, and we're going to continue the same direction past a merchant that we can check out later if we need to, before we grab a waypoint on the west side of the Swamp of Aeonia. After grabbing the waypoint, we're going to run around here and head north. And we're going to head to these little ruins right here. The Street of Sages ruins, and you're going to watch me struggle to get around the backside of this building real quick. But then I get up there, and we're going to grab the meteorite staff from this ledge in this body here. After we've picked up the staff, we're going to head north to grab the spell that we're going to pair with it. So continue through the swamp, jump down into the cellar, slide down, open the door, run over, open the chest, and grab our spell, the Rock Sling. Alright, while we're down here, let's just go ahead and throw on our meteorite staff real quick. This is an outstanding staff, both early and late game. It's going to carry you for a long time. You actually can't upgrade it, but it's so powerful you don't need to. So you can actually just save the smithing stones for other weapons and equipment down the road. But as you can see on the screen, it's got an S tier scaling for intellect, which is the highest level, and it boosts gravity sorcery for spells like rock sling and the meteorites down the road. This staff is awesome, so it's great that we can pick it up this early and this easily. Talisman up and running. We're going to go ahead and head back to the Summon Water waypoint. From here, we're going to head south and a little to the east to the stepping stones on the side of the cliff. Go ahead and head down to the east and collect the golden runes at the graveyard. We then want to continue south and east using the windy jump points to get down to the waypoint near the Church of Marika. Also going to go ahead and grab the flask and sacred tear inside the church before we collect the waypoint. Now that we're back at the Summon Water waypoint, we're going to go ahead and go back down the steps right near the other steps, but we're going to take them the other way. We're going to again find another graveyard filled with golden runes. Once you've grabbed the runes, go ahead and talk to Kenneth at the top of the ruined building over the road so you can start his mini quest later. Then continue south until you find the map in Mistwood. Then head towards the Erd tree to collect tier pieces from the tree there for the wondrous flask. Then go ahead and continue south to find a wandering merchant for smithing stones if you want to purchase those. And then a little farther south for another waypoint. So we're going to go back to the Summon Water Village waypoint one last time, and this time it's to take out the Tibia Mariner boss. Tibia Mariner boss is very easy. You can fight him several different ways, especially if you use your summons. Very easy boss. You can basically ignore all the ads, summons, and just take him out. And he's going to go ahead and drop the Skeletal Soldier Ashes, which is an awesome summoning ash right at the beginning of the game. The best part about these guys is you summon them. If they get knocked down or killed by the boss, they'll lay on the ground and wait a short amount of time before they resurrect and come back, just like a lot of the skeletal enemies you fight in the catacombs. So unless the boss happens to hit him with an AoE of some kind on accident, the boss will kill them, ignore them, they'll come back up. So it's a constant distraction summons that's really going to buy you time and distract the boss. So this is a great early game summons that I highly recommend using. Our equip load, we're going to go ahead and teleport back to the Stranded Graveyard waypoint in Limgrave here, and that's where we're going to get our talisman. Once you're at the Stranded Graveyard, go ahead and unlock the dungeon using the stone sword keys we've collected. Unlock the dungeon, jump down and begin running until you come to the ramp with the giant chariot o' doom. This thing is incredibly annoying, but once you figure out the timing, it isn't that bad. As soon as it makes a turn at the top of the ramp, you're going to run down, stay to the right side. When you get to the second alcove, run inside it real quick while the chariot passes, you heading back up. As soon as the chariot passes you, heading back up, run down again and enter the next alcove on the right. Go ahead and ignore the bad guy, immediately fall down to the next ramp. Continue running down the ramp until it narrows with emptiness on the outer edges. Go to the left side and fall down as easily and slowly as possible before the chariot runs you over. When you fall, there's going to be a ledge there and there's going to be 2 imp enemies. Once you've downed the imps, you can head to the bottom of the stairs, but be careful because there is a fire trap. As you run that way, be careful because there is an imp hiding in an alcove on the right. You'll need to go ahead and dispatch him quickly. Then, continue on towards the fire trap. You can take the path to the left real quickly if you want. You have to kill 2 imps there, just for the meager prize of some lightning grease, so I'll leave that one up to you. But the most important part is to continue down the stairs and across the path to grab the Erd Tree Talisman before the 2 falling mini-bosses destroy you. My advice is to sprint across the path, grab the talisman, and jump off the ledge so the mini-bosses don't get the pleasure of killing you. This will start you back at the beginning of the dungeon again, which is perfect, since all we needed out of there right now is the Erd Tree Talisman, which you can go ahead and now equip. To upgrade our summons, we're going to head to the Round Table Hold, and we're going to find Roderica again, the same lady that was just terrified but gave you a lovely little jellyfish. Now she's going to talk to you, and it's all about not knowing her place in this world. So we're going to help her out. We're going to go and run and talk to the blacksmith. And as fate would have it, the blacksmith knows she should be a spirit tuner. Convenient. After speaking to the blacksmith, it's back to Roderica. After Roderica, it's back to the blacksmith. At this point, all interactions should be spent with them, so you can just go talk or go to the round table itself to pass time. After you pass time, Roderica should be near the blacksmith now and ready to upgrade your skeleton ashes for you. Alright, now that our summons have been upgraded, let's go ahead and go back to the round table there. And let's get our flasks in order. Add what we need with the golden seeds. Upgrade them with Sacred Tears if you still have them. And go ahead and mix a Wondrous Physics real quick. That way you got all your flasks ready to go. So at this point we're well under an hour, but that's pretty much all the Astrologer needs at this point to be really great. So, just as a quick recap, we are rocking our Meteorite Staff, which has S-tier scaling for Intellect. We're also still using the Scripture Wooden Shield at this point, which we're definitely going to want to replace, but we're a ranged character, so we're not going to be taking that much damage, so it's not that imperative at this time. We have our Erd Tree's Favor, our talisman that raises maximum HP, stamina, and equip load. And in our flasks, we should have 6, and they should be upgraded to +2. Plus, we have our Flask of Wondrous Physics. Because I had so much time left on this character within the power hour, I decided that maybe now might be a good idea to just go upgrade the shield. So, went ahead and teleported to the War Master Shack. And once we're at the War Master Shack, we're going to head east to the little army camp here. And if you go around the north side, do some sneaking, do a little bit of killing, you will find a chest. And inside the chest is the Beast Crest Heater Shield. It's a medium shield, it's pretty light, and the most important thing is it has 100% physical damage negation. So this is a huge upgrade for the shield, and we're going to want to equip that right away. We have our better shield. We're going to go ahead and head for the story boss just to show you that this guy is awesome just the way he is, and the game is much easier now. So we're going to go ahead and teleport to the Stormhill Shack. We're going to follow the road to the north, a little bit to the west, enter into the gate. You can take out some baddies if you're feeling like it. Other than that, you're going to just make it up to the waypoint right outside Margit's area. And that leaves us with just Margit left, so head on in there, throw as many rocks at him as you can, and have a little fun. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click like. That way I have the opportunity to make more content for everyone.